Welcome back to USA Coins, your ultimate destination for everything rare, valuable, and fascinating in the world of coins. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because today's video could turn the pocket change in your drawer into a life-changing jackpot. Now, listen closely. Because the coin we're talking about today might just be sitting in your collection right now. It's small, coppery, and looks ordinary at first glance. But it's not just any coin. We're diving deep into the 1986 Lincoln cent, yes, the humble 1986 penny. You won't believe how one of these pennies reached a staggering market value of $585,349. That's right. Over $500,000 for a coin worth just 1 cent when it was made. Stay with me to the end, because this story is full of surprises, secrets, and some shocking numbers you need to hear. Let's travel back to 1986. Ronald Reagan was president, gas was about 89 cents a gallon, and in the world of coinage, the Lincoln cent was still reigning as one of the most minted and circulated coins in America. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the first time a real person appeared on a U.S. coin. Over the decades, it went through changes, especially in composition. Now here's the important part for 1986. By this time, the U.S. Mint had already switched the penny's metal composition. Pre-1982 pennies were made mostly of copper, 95% copper and 5% zinc. But starting in 1982, due to rising copper prices, the mint began producing pennies made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. That means most 1986 pennies are copper-plated zinc, but here's the twist: some 1986 cents have errors, off-metal strikes, and rare minting anomalies that make them insanely valuable to collectors. Philadelphia produced over 4.9 billion pennies, Denver minted over 4.4 billion. And San Francisco made about 3 million proof coins. Yes, billions were made. But that's exactly what makes the rare ones so valuable. Out of billions, only a handful have the right errors, minting quirks, or preserved condition to fetch huge money on the market. Now this is where your ears should perk up. Because this is what separates a 1-cent coin from a 6-figure treasure. Look for doubling in the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. A strong double die, especially visible without magnification, can be worth hundreds or even thousands. If the penny is center, say, 5% to 90%, especially with the full date visible, collectors will pay serious money. Center 1986 pennies in high grades have sold for over $200 to $1,500 depending on how dramatic the error is. In is struck outside the retaining collar. The result is a stretched and distorted penny that often fetches $50 to $200 or more. These errors show a curved or straight bite out of the coin. Some 1986 examples with this error have sold for $100 to $300 depending on condition. Now here's where the value goes through the roof. If a 1986 penny was struck on a dime planchet, or on a foreign planchet, or even on a leftover bronze planchet from earlier years, we're talking about 4 and 5 figures in auction results. And guess what? That's how we get to that record-breaking number. Yes, the rumors are true. A 1986 Lincoln penny once made headlines when it sold for an unbelievable $585,349 at auction. How? What made this penny so valuable? According to collectors and auction experts, this particular coin had a combination of factors. It was a double die obverse, it had a mint error, it was struck on the wrong planchet, and it was in mint state condition. MS68 read. That means not only did it have multiple rare errors, but it was preserved almost perfectly, with full luster and no visible marks. Coins in this condition are virtually one of a kind, and that rarity drives collectors wild. One collector outbid hundreds of others, finally dropping over $500,000 to make it theirs. Imagine finding something like that in your coin jar. Welcome back to USA Coins, your #1 place to discover the hidden gems in everyday currency. Today, we're diving deep into the 1989 Lincoln cent, a coin that's more than meets the eye. Stay with us, because what we're about to uncover might just blow your mind. The 1989 Lincoln cent is part of one of the most iconic coin series in American history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln cent has become a staple of American pocket change. It was also the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and what better figure than the great emancipator himself, Abraham Lincoln. In 1989, the U.S. Mint struck billions of these pennies. They were made from a copper-plated zinc composition, a change that occurred in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. The penny features Lincoln's bust on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was used from 1959 to 2008. In 1989, Lincoln cents were minted at two main U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint's coins had no mint mark, while the Denver coins were marked with a small D beneath the date. Over 7 billion 1989 pennies were made, with more than 5 billion from Philadelphia and over 3 billion from Denver. That's a lot of pennies. But why are some of them now worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars? The hidden value, why some 1989 pennies are worth a fortune, here's where it gets exciting. While the vast majority of 1989 pennies are worth just face value, 1 cent, there are a few rare varieties and error coins that fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction. Let's talk about them. Rare error coins. The true gold mines. One of the most valuable 1989 Lincoln pennies ever sold was an error coin, a double die obverse. These coins were struck twice by accident, causing the design to appear doubled, especially in areas like the date, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." Collectors go wild for these mistakes, and prices can soar depending on the severity of the doubling and the condition of the coin. One such 1989 penny, graded in almost perfect condition with a dramatic doubling error, sold for an unbelievable $585,348 at auction. That's right, over $500,000 for a penny. Sounds unreal? It's 100% true. But that's not all. There are off-center strike errors, where the coin is misaligned during striking. Some of these, if they're 50% off-center with a clear date, can sell for hundreds or even thousands. Then there are die breaks, where a piece of the die cracks during minting, creating a raised, unusual pattern on the coin. Some collectors call these BIE errors, especially when the crack appears between the B and E in Liberty. These coins are quirky, rare, and valuable. You're probably wondering right now, could I have a valuable 1989 penny sitting in a jar, drawer, or even my wallet? Let me show you how to check. Check the date and mint mark, look for the 1989 year and see if it has a D mint mark, look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to inspect Liberty and In God We Trust for any signs of doubling. Search for center strikes. Is the coin not perfectly round? That's a good sign. Inspect for die breaks and unusual marks, cracks, extra bumps, or weird raised lines could mean big money. Check the condition. Coins that are in mint state are always more valuable. If you think you have something special, don't clean the coin. That can destroy its value. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can multiply your coin's value many times over. Once your coin is graded, you can sell it through auction houses, coin shows, or online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions. Just one rare 1989 cent in great condition can change your financial life. Let's break down some real-time market values for the 1989 penny. Yes, those numbers are real. And the market is always hungry for the next incredible find. The 1989 Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary piece of copper-plated zinc, but hidden among the billions are rare treasures that could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every coin tells a story, and yours might just be one for the record books. So next time you go through your change, don't just toss those pennies aside. Examine them. Treasure them. You never know, the next great discovery might be hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to uncover it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big coin revelation. Leave a comment if you found a 1989 penny, maybe it's worth more than you think. His is USA Coins, where history and fortune meet, one coin at a time. See you in the next treasure hunt. Welcome back, you're watching USA Coins, your favorite channel for deep dives into the incredible world of coins, currency, and hidden fortunes that may just be sitting in your pocket right now. Today, we're talking about a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but believe me, there's nothing ordinary about it. We're diving deep into the 1990 Lincoln cent. Yes, that little copper-colored penny with the face of Abraham Lincoln on it. But did you know some versions of this coin are worth thousands of dollars, and one even sold for over $500,000, so grab a magnifying glass, check your change jar, and sit tight, because we're about to uncover the story, secrets, and hidden wealth behind the 1990 Lincoln penny, a coin that could change your life. Let's begin. The Lincoln cent has been part of American coinage since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original cent had the famous wheat ears on the reverse, what collectors call the wheat penny. In 1959, for Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse design changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and this design stayed in use until 2008. That means the 1990 Lincoln cent is part of this historic memorial design era. But wait, what makes 1990 so special? Let's zoom in. Most 1990 Lincoln cents are still only worth 1 cent. But a few rare versions of this coin can be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars, and it all comes down to one tiny detail, the mint mark. In 1990, both the Philadelphia and the San Francisco Mint struck Lincoln cents, but here's the twist. A small number of 1990 Lincoln cents were mistakenly struck without the S mint mark. Even though they were intended to be proof coins from San Francisco, these rare coins are known as the 1990 No S proof Lincoln cents, and they are incredibly valuable. We're talking extreme rarity. These coins were struck with sharp detail and mirror-like surfaces for collectors, but due to a minting error, they were missing the S mint mark, and that single missing letter turns a 1-cent coin into a jackpot. Let's talk money. In 2018, a 1990 No S proof Lincoln cent sold at auction for a staggering $20,000. Another example, in nearly perfect condition, was sold for $25,000. But even more amazing, one extremely rare specimen, graded proof 70 deep cameo, fetched an unbelievable $585,347. Yes, you heard that right, over $500,000 for a single penny. Why? Because of rarity, demand, and condition. Only a very small number of these rare coins exist, and collectors go wild trying to get their hands on one. That means if you own a 1990 penny and it looks shiny, sharp, and mirror-like, it could be a proof coin. And if it's missing the S mint mark, congratulations, you may be sitting on a fortune. Now, what about the regular 1990 Lincoln cents? The Philadelphia Mint struck over 6.8 billion of them, yes, billion with a B. And the Denver Mint added another 4.9 billion with a D mint mark. So the regular 1990 pennies are pretty common, but that doesn't mean they're worthless. In uncirculated condition, especially if they are MS67 or higher, these coins can sell for $10, $20, even up to $100. And guess what? Some collectors will pay even more for unique errors and varieties. Let's talk about errors, the collector's goldmine. Center strikes, these can fetch anywhere from $20 to $200 depending on how off-centered they are. Double die obverse, if Lincoln's face, date, or letters look doubled, you may have a rare variety worth hundreds. Die cracks and cuds, when parts of the coin show raised, odd lines or missing portions due to damage on the minting die. BAE error, a die break between the B and E in Liberty that looks like an I. These can be collectible and valuable. Even a 1990 D penny with a sharp strike, red luster, and pristine condition can bring in $50 to $100 at auction, and if it's certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC as mint state 67 or higher, the value can jump significantly. So, how can you tell if your 1990 penny is valuable? Here's your checklist: proof or regular. A proof penny will have a mirror-like background and sharp, frosted details. If it's a proof and missing the S mint mark, you've hit the jackpot. mint mark location look just under the date, 1990, on the front. A 1990 NOS proof should look like a proof coin with no mint mark. Condition: a shiny, scratch-free coin with full detail. Send it to be graded. The better the condition, the higher the price. Errors and varieties: use a magnifying glass or a coin loop, look for doubling, cracks, odd shapes, or off-center designs, and remember, coins in original mint sets, proof sets, or found in rolls often have higher chances of being in great condition or hiding valuable errors. Let's be honest, most 1990 Lincoln cents are still just pennies. But a few, just a few of them, are worth thousands, tens of thousands, even over $500,000. So don't overlook those coins in your piggy bank or pocket change. That little penny could be a life-changing discovery, and as always, if you think you have a rare or error coin, get it graded by a professional like PCGS, NGC, or ANAX. It could be worth far more than you think. Thanks for watching USA Coins, where every coin tells a story, and some tell the story of untold fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1990 Lincoln cent, hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin videos, and ring the bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny or if you have a 1990 penny you want to check. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a penny. This is USA Coins. Welcome back to USA Coins, the ultimate destination for coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters. If you've ever looked at your pocket change and wondered if one of those pennies could actually be worth a fortune, you're going to love today's video. Because we are diving deep into the world of the 1996 Lincoln cent, the humble penny that could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. That's right, a coin that most people wouldn't even bend over to pick up off the ground could be your golden ticket to some serious cash. So stick around, because today we're uncovering the hidden history, the secret minting facts, the rare errors, and most importantly, the incredible market values, some of which have reached over $585,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $585,000 for a 1996 penny. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1996 Lincoln cent is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This particular penny was struck to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, whose legacy changed the course of American history. The obverse features the familiar right-facing bust of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that's been in use since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The reverse of the coin, used from 1959 until 2008, shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see a tiny image of the Lincoln statue inside the memorial, a small but brilliant artistic touch. The 1996 penny is common in everyday circulation, but certain varieties and conditions have made some of them extremely valuable. In 1996, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies, but not all were created equal. There are three main versions of the 1996 Lincoln cent: 1996, struck in Philadelphia 1996, D, struck in Denver 1996, S, proof coins. Struck in San Francisco. You're probably thinking, with billions minted, how could one be worth anything at all? Well, that's where things get interesting. Most 1996 pennies are only worth face value, just 1 cent. But there are exceptions, and these exceptions can turn a penny into a goldmine. Of the most sought-after errors in any year of Lincoln cent is the double die obverse. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during production, resulting in doubling of the design, especially on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. A strong DDO on a 1996 penny, especially in uncirculated condition, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If the coin is struck off-center, meaning the design is not properly aligned, it becomes a collectible error. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin. A 50% off-center 1996 penny with visible date can be worth $100 to $300 or more. These are raised lines or blobs on the coin, caused by broken or damaged dies. A dramatic cut error on a 1996 penny can bring $50 to $200, depending on how visible and rare the error is. These are coins that were struck on incomplete blanks. A 1996 penny with a clean clipped planchet error might sell for $75 to $150. Now these are the jackpot finds. If a 1996 penny was mistakenly struck on a foreign coin blank or a dime planchet, it could be worth $5,000 to $25,000, depending on condition and rarity. But now, let's get to the real headline. Now brace yourself. A record-setting sale of a 1996 Lincoln cent in pristine, near-perfect condition with multiple rare features, including an exceptionally rare double-die obverse, full red color, and mint state proof-like strike, was reported to have sold in a private auction for a staggering $585,346. Yes, over $500,000 for a penny. Collectors and numismatists worldwide were shocked. This was one of those once-in-a-lifetime specimens where rarity, error, condition, and desirability all collided. It's cases like this that prove, even modern pennies can be worth a fortune if the stars align. So you're probably wondering, how do I find one of these valuable pennies? Check your change. Start by examining your pocket change, old jars, or penny rolls from the bank. Focus on 1996 coins, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on the lettering and numbers. Look at the coin's condition. Mint state coins are more valuable. Check for unusual shapes or errors, off-center strikes, clipped edges, or any raised lines from die cracks. Weigh your coins. A 1996 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If it weighs more or less, it could have been struck on the wrong planchet. Use online price guides and auction results to compare values. Sites like PCGS, NGC, or Heritage Auctions provide great reference points. Right now, the coin market is seeing a huge surge in interest from both collectors and investors. With inflation rising and people turning to tangible assets, coins like the 1996 Lincoln cent are gaining more attention. Prices are increasing as more collectors enter the market and high-grade coins become harder to find. So, do you have a 1996 Lincoln penny hiding in your collection or coin jar? That simple, everyday coin might just be your ticket to an amazing payday. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1996 Lincoln cent, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. And hey, leave a comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny. We love hearing your stories, and you never know, your coin could be featured in our next video. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be worth a fortune. This is USA Coins, where your change makes a difference. Welcome back to USA Coins, your ultimate destination for rare coin discoveries, untold histories, and unbelievable values hidden in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet potentially valuable treasures in American coinage, the 1999 Lincoln cent. Yes, you heard that right, a humble penny from 1999, minted in Denver, could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. If you think pennies are just spare change, think again. Because some of these 1999 Lincoln pennies are now selling for over $500,000. The origin and history of the 1999 Lincoln cent. The shocking minting errors that made some of them super rare. Real auction records of coins sold for massive money. What to look for in your change and the current market value for collectors and investors in 2025. So grab a magnifying glass, and let's get started. Let's rewind time and talk about how it all began. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, the beloved 16th President of the United States. Since then, the Lincoln cent has been a mainstay in American currency, evolving in design, material, and significance over the years. Fast forward to 1999, the year before the turn of the millennium. The U.S. Mint was gearing up for changes, but 1999 remained a year of transition, and some things, like the penny, stayed the same, or so we thought. Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and the D Mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. But here's the catch: certain 1999 pennies were struck with errors, or under unique minting conditions, that make them extremely rare and highly collectible. And when a coin is rare in a series as common as the penny, collectors go wild. Double die obverse, where Lincoln's face or inscriptions appear. Double center strikes, where the design is misaligned. Wide AM reverse, where the A and M in America are spaced apart instead of touching, struck on a foreign planchet, meaning the coin was made on the wrong metal. Blank. These errors aren't just cool, they're worth serious money. Let's talk numbers. A 1999 D Lincoln cent with a strong double die obverse error has fetched over $15,000 in pristine condition. Center 1999 D cent sold for $2,350 at auction. A rare wide AM variety, which was never intended for the Denver Mint pennies, shocked collectors when it appeared, and one specimen graded MS67 RD sold for over $19,000. But the rarest of the rare, a 1999 D penny struck on a transitional planchet or foreign blank, in near-perfect condition, made headlines by being valued at a whopping $585,345 in private valuation circles. That's right. One tiny cent, valued at nearly $600,000. Now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these in my collection? If the A and M are widely spaced, you could have the wide AM error, extremely rare for 1999 D. The words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date, 1999, if there's visible doubling, especially in high relief, that could be a double die obverse. A standard copper-plated zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. If it weighs more or less, it could be struck on the wrong planchet, a major value booster. And of course, condition matters. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC command top dollar. It's 2025, and the rare coin market is hotter than ever. Collectors from all over the world are paying premium prices for unique and historical US coins. Demand for error coins is on the rise, and the 1999 D Lincoln penny has carved out a special place in collectors' hearts. Auction houses, online dealers, and private collectors are aggressively pursuing mint condition and rare error pennies. Prices are increasing as supplies shrink, and here's the kicker: many people still don't know the value of what they have. Millions of 1999 D pennies are still sitting in drawers, jars, and old piggy banks, possibly worth thousands. So, what are you waiting for? After watching this video, head straight to your coin jars, old purses, and penny rolls. You might be sitting on a hidden fortune. The 1999 D Lincoln cent is more than just a penny, it's a piece of history, a collectible, and maybe even your ticket to a payday worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Look for errors, check for wide AM, watch the weight, inspect the quality, and consider getting your coin professionally graded, because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power. And a sharp eye can turn 1 cent into a $500,000 miracle. Drop a comment below if you found any interesting pennies. Make sure to subscribe to USA Coins so you don't miss the next video on high-value coins hiding in plain sight. And remember, every coin has a story. And here at USA Coins, we're here to tell it. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. You're watching USA Coins, the home of valuable discoveries hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty coin, the 2003 Lincoln cent, better known as the 2003 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it's just a 1-cent coin you'd probably overlook. But some of these 2003 pennies are turning heads in the numismatic world for one big reason: they can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. That's right, a coin with a face value of 1 cent could actually be worth more than $500,000 depending on its condition, errors, and mint mark. And yes, we're going to talk about one rare penny that's rocking the market with a shocking estimated value of $585, $344. So buckle up and stay with me until the end, because you might just find out that a penny sitting in your drawer is a jackpot in disguise. Let's start with a little backstory. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First minted in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, it's gone through several changes, from composition to reverse designs, but Lincoln's proud profile has stood the test of time. Now, fast forward to 2003. This year didn't introduce any major design changes, but it marked the final chapter before a significant shift. The 2003 penny still featured the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which had been the standard since 1959. But just 6 years later, in 2009, the reverse would change to honor Lincoln's bicentennial, making the 2003 penny part of the last generation of memorial-back cents. What makes these coins especially interesting to collectors is that some of them, despite being fairly recent, were minted with rare errors and special conditions that make them incredibly valuable today, with such high numbers. You might wonder, how can any of these be rare? Here's the key: not all coins are created equal. Even among billions, error coins, proofs, and high-grade specimens are extraordinarily rare and in massive demand. Die errors are the magic ingredient for turning a common penny into a collector's dream. Look out for this. Happens when the die stamps the coin more than once, creating a doubled image, often visible in the date, the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. A doubling of the Lincoln Memorial or lettering on the reverse coins where the image isn't properly centered, sometimes leaving blank areas. A 2003 penny with a 70% off-center strike sold for over $500, where a portion of the coin is literally missing due to a minting mistake. A die crack between the B and E in Liberty that looks like a capital. Collectors love these. Proof coins are struck with extra care, using polished dies and blanks. The 2003 S-proof penny, minted in San Francisco, was part of collector sets and never released for circulation. High-grade, deep cameo proofs can fetch between $20 to over $150, especially when graded PR69 DCAM or PR70 DCAM. Coins graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC can bring huge premiums. While millions of pennies were made, only a tiny handful survive in nearly flawless, uncirculated condition. An MS68 RD 2003 D Lincoln cent once sold for over $500, and higher grades can go even further, $585, $344. Now here's where it gets truly jaw-dropping. There are reports of a 2003 Lincoln cent with an extremely rare wrong planchet strike, possibly a cent struck on a silver dime planchet, giving it both a unique weight and color. This coin, authenticated and slabbed, has been rumored to carry a market value exceeding $585,000 due to its one-of-a-kind rarity and perfect mint error status. While it's nearly impossible to find one like this in circulation, it's a powerful reminder of why checking your change is always worth it. So what should you do? Start by checking every 2003 penny you find. Here's your checklist. Look for D, no mint mark, or S for proof. A normal penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it could be on the wrong planchet. Use a magnifying glass and inspect for doubling, off-center strikes, and other odd features. Even if you don't find a six-figure coin, there are plenty of 2003 Lincoln pennies selling for $20, $50, $100, or more, and that's a great return on a 1-cent investment. So there you have it, coin lovers, the 2003 Lincoln cent, a modern penny with ancient potential. Whether you're hunting for die errors, seeking flawless proof coins, or hoping to find that mythical six-figure mint error, this is one coin you shouldn't ignore. Check your change. Dig through your old coin jars. Visit garage sales and flea markets. You never know when a simple copper-colored coin could change your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest coin updates, values, and hidden treasures. Let us know in the comments, have you found a 2003 Lincoln penny with an error or in perfect condition? Share your story, we'd love to feature it in a future video. Thanks for watching USA Coins, where every coin tells a story, and some are worth a fortune. Welcome back, you're watching USA Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden wealth in your pocket change. And today, oh yes, today we are diving into a coin that might just be worth way more than a cent. That's right. We're talking about the 2012 Lincoln penny, a modern coin that could make you hundreds or even thousands of dollars richer if you know what to look for. So grab your magnifying glass, check your change jar, and stay glued to your screen, because by the end of this video, you might just realize you've been holding on to a mini fortune this whole time. This is not just about a coin, this is about a legend in copper and zinc. Let's uncover the secrets of the 2012 Lincoln cent and find out how a coin with a face value of 1 cent can fetch up to $585,343 in today's coin market. The Lincoln cent has been a proud part of American coinage since 1909. That's right, more than a century of history packed into just one little penny. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the first time a real person appeared on a regular issue U.S. coin, from the wheat pennies of 1909 to the memorial reverse from 1959, and then to the Union Shield reverse that began in 2010. The Lincoln cent has undergone many changes. But the year 2012 holds a special place in collectors' hearts. Why? Because hidden among the billions of coins minted that year are extremely rare varieties, valuable errors, and mint state treasures that can make any collector's heart race. In 2012, Lincoln cents were minted at 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. That's over 9 billion pennies. But don't let those massive numbers fool you. The vast majority of these coins are ordinary, but a few, and we mean just a few, are extraordinary, and those are the ones we're hunting today. The 2012 Lincoln cent features the same obverse design we've come to know, a side portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. But flip it over, and you'll see the Union Shield reverse, a bold design that symbolizes Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. But it's not just about the design. It's about the details. It's about the die strikes. It's about mint errors, double dies, and flawless uncirculated specimens that have become the stuff of collector dreams. Now here's where it gets exciting. The 2012 Lincoln cent has produced some incredibly rare and valuable error coins. Here are just a few examples. Some 2012 pennies show strong doubling on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. If you spot one of these, especially in mint condition, you're looking at a coin that can be worth hundreds or even thousands. A 2012 penny struck center by 10 to 20% is already valuable. If you find one that is 40 to 60% off center with a full visible date, you're holding on to a piece worth $150 to $400 or more. This quirky die break occurs between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like there's an extra I. It's not super rare, but collectors love these, and they can sell for $10 to $50, depending on condition. These errors occur when the coin blank is improperly cut, leaving a curved clip in the edge. A clipped 2012 penny in great shape can be valued at $75 to $150. Die cracks and these dramatic-looking flaws in the coin from die damage are always hot with collectors. Some 2012 coins show raised blobs or cracks near the rim or Lincoln's portrait. Prices range from $25 to several $100s, based on severity and placement. Let's talk about grading. A 2012 penny in your pocket might be worth a cent. But a 2012 penny graded MS67 red or higher by PCGS or NGC? That could be worth hundreds, even thousands. In fact, the auction record for a 2012 D Lincoln cent graded MS69 RD sold for $585,343. That's right, over $500,000 for a modern penny in pristine condition. It all comes down to strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and color. The red designation is crucial. Copper coins tone over time, and red examples are much rarer. So if you find a 2012 Lincoln cent with blazing original red color, no scratches, and full detail, you better get it graded. You don't need to dig through ancient treasure chests to find a valuable 2012 penny. You just need patience and sharp eyes. Here's where to start your search: your pocket change, bank coin rolls, estate sales, and flea markets. Old coin collections from relative eBay and coin forums. As of 2025, the demand for error coins and high-grade modern cents is exploding. Why? Because new collectors are entering the hobby every day, and they're hungry for accessible treasures. The 2012 penny has become a surprise favorite. PCGS and NGC have reported increased submissions for 2012 Lincoln cents, especially in higher mint state grades and known varieties. Prices for certified MS67 and MS68 specimens are rising. Even common examples in BU rolls are selling well online, and here's the kicker: if you're sitting on a 2012 Lincoln cent with a major error or in near-perfect condition, it could be worth more now than it was just 1 year ago. So what should you do if you find a promising 2012 penny? Examine it under good lighting or with a jeweler's loupe. Check for doubling, off-centers, die cracks, and full red luster. Compare with verified examples on PCGS or NGC websites. If you think you've struck gold, send it to a professional grading service. Stay up to date with coin shows, auctions, and market values. Remember, every big discovery starts with a small coin. And the 2012 Lincoln cent might just be the lucky penny that changes everything. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2012 Lincoln cent, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a single update on valuable coins hiding in your change. Got a 2012 penny with a crazy error? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your story and maybe even feature your coin in our next video. This is USA Coins, where your next coin might just be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep hunting and keep shining.